When you make a sale in Guild, the first step is to go to the record for the customer you are working with. If the customer is already in the database, you can do that by doing a customer search. If they're not in the database, then you will need to add the customer. For this example, I will look for an existing customer. I'll pick myself out of this list, and then I will go over here on the right. You can see where you can make a sale. There's also other pertinent information. You might want to double check with the customer and make sure their address is still correct and what phone numbers to reach them by. Now I will go ahead and click Make Sale. I will enter my initials. This is the person doing the sale. And then I will hit the Enter or the Tab key, go to the next record. And now I can enter the category of the item being sold. In this case, I'm going to sell an amethyst ring. And I have the stock number here. We have the option turned on to show you a large view of the item. You can turn this off if you want it to be more streamlined. But this helps you identify to make sure you are selling the item you think you're selling. Okay, so this is filled out for one item that they're selling. If you wanted to give them a discount, you could do that here. Or if you want to sell it at this price, you just leave that alone. And now we'll go to the next line for another item that the customer is buying. They're going to buy a watch, a ball watch. Okay, we check to make sure that looks like what we're actually selling the customer. It is, so we're good. And then they're going to buy a third item which we don't happen to have in stock. Oh, sorry. This one is an item with a serial number. So we will select the serial number here. And now we know that that specific serial number is being sold for that watch. Okay, so the next line, we are going to sell an item that's not in stock. And you can do that. It's generally recommended you stock everything you can, but for some items that are smaller, you may not stock them. You may not enter them in the system beforehand. So we will just go ahead and sell a non-stock item just so you can see how that works. You put in the category, the appropriate category. We're going to sell gold chain, and the stock number is just going to be 100. Okay, and then I can type in the description. I'm going to do an 18-inch yellow gold chain. And it's going to be for 400 bucks. Okay. Now, if it is good for you to enter the vendor and style here if you can. It's not absolutely required, but it's advised. So we're going to put that in here so we can use that for reference. And at this point, we've entered all the details for what this customer is going to buy right now, and we can proceed to pay for the sale. Now, normally, they're just going to pay for it right up front, but there's also an option to do layaways and accounts receivable. For this example, we're just going to do a standard sale. Now, you have various different types of payments you can choose. Our system has the option, if you have the compatible credit card reader, you can just swipe the card. It will automatically label which kind of credit card it is. In this case, I don't have the reader plugged in right now, so we'll just pick some other payment. I'm going to say it's cash. That's a lot of cash. We'll say it's a check. Okay? And we can put in the check number here for accounting purposes. And at this point, we can go ahead and record the sale. When you record the sale, it prints out a receipt. Since I don't want to waste any paper, I'm just going to say don't print for right now. And we'll go ahead and record the sale. So what I showed you just there was how to do a sale that is attached to a customer. In some cases, though, either it's such a small sale or the customer wants to not have their records in your database, you can do a quick sale, which is attached to no specific customer. We recommend only to do quick sales with smaller sales because that way, if a customer has any issues later on, it's easy to look it up and see their information, if they have a warranty issue or just one way or another, if they come back in and want to inquire about their item, it's easy to look them up and see their information and help them out. But if for whatever reason you don't want to put them in the system, you can do a quick sale. So here we go. Put my initials in here. And then I'm going to do just a generic item. It's not very expensive that for whatever reason we decide not to put in the system. So I'm just going to sell a leather watch band for $16. Okay? And you see this is just attached to our generic customer cash sale. So, but we can still make a receipt. They can still pay for it. And when you're all done, you can just say record sale. Okay? Then there is a third and final way to do a sale, which is by a quick key. So certain sales are repeated a lot of times, and they're really simple and they're not very expensive. So it's nice to make it efficient so it doesn't take up a lot of time. So if someone comes in to do a watch battery, you can simply hit the letters Control B, B for battery, and automatically it will fill in information to sell a watch battery. So all you do, Control B, type in your initials, tab, you go straight to record sale, and you can hit enter and it records the sale. So that completes the basic overview of how to make a sale. In other tutorials, I will do more in depth about various aspects of the sale and various aspects of the different types of sales.